Handheld versus stabilizer versus tripod. What's better for you? The camera movement that we choose controls the energy for our scene. If our camera is shaky and rugged, it's going to feel a little bit more intense than something that's very smooth and peaceful. I can tell you right now, I use handheld 90% of the time. For me, I feel like it's the most natural movement. If we're walking down the street, our eyes aren't staying perfectly level. They're bouncing up and down, and I think handheld represents that the best. Also, if I'm trying to add a little bit more of intensity or a little bit more energy, I can add intentional shake to my scene. And if I'm trying to keep the energy neutral, I can keep it pretty still. Handheld and stabilizers are the movements that I choose the most. Imagine filming a dancer. Their movements are very smooth and graceful, and a stabilizer would be perfect for representing that. Opposed to shooting a boxer, where their movements are very bouncy and a little bit more rugged, you can get up in their face with handheld and kind of replicate their movements. Lastly, we have the tripod. The tripod is the support that I use the least. If the energy is neutral or peaceful, I'll throw it on a tripod, or if I'm shooting an interview, often it will be on a tripod. Tripods are also great for shooting details in a room or a scene. Shooting maybe something like a picture on the wall or a plant, tripods can be great just to showcase those details. So remember, we have to choose our support wisely based on the story and the energy that we want our audience to feel. Let's go into the field, and I'm going to show you a few examples using all of these support systems. Okay, so we're out here in the field. We have a few friends and a fire set up, and everyone's just hanging out. We're going to shoot a 4 or 5 shot sequence, and I'm going to do it 3 times. Once on handheld, once on tripod, and once on stabilizer. And you're going to see how all these different scenes, even though the compositions are the same, how these different techniques are going to change the emotion and what the audience feels. I'm excited for you to see. Let's get into it. Zach, what I'm going to get you to do, and we're going to kind of try to do this the same thing 3 times. I'm just going to get you to walk past. That's first. I'm going to shoot an establisher shot. You kind of come across the camera. Then I'm going to follow behind you, okay? And then I'm going to get one shot of you axing a piece of wood. And then I'm going to get one shot of you putting the wood in the fire, and then one shot of you guys chilling. So pretty basic. So if you want to start up here, I'm going to get you to go down there. Okay, so first we're going to start with handheld. This is going to be a very more rugged feel and pretty natural. It's going to feel like we're immersed there just with the natural shakes and whatnot. We're going to do a couple shots following Zach to the fire, and then once he gets there, we're going to do shots of him chopping wood, putting wood in the fire, and then we're going to replicate it 2 times over with the tripod and the stabilizer. Action. Cool, thank you. Now I'm going to follow behind you, okay? So if you want to start up here, perfect, and action. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just kind of get a shot of you chopping some wood. So we'll get you to kind of just put the wood on, and then kind of we'll start with putting it down and then axe it, okay? And action. Awesome.
Like that?
I didn't even know it was gonna be that quick. That was so good. Let's do it one more time. Awesome. Okay, get nice and close to it like you just chopped it. Maybe have the axe in your hand and put it down. Awesome, I'm gonna take a look at that. Awesome, I like that. Cool. Okay, ready? Action. Okay, so now we're gonna do the scene again. This time we're gonna do it on a tripod. It's gonna make for a pretty neutral feel, and it's gonna let our subjects do all the storytelling. action. I'm just gonna get you to start right here and then walk right past, okay? And action. Cut. We're just getting a tripod shot here. We're midway through the scene and it's looking good. Zach's doing a good job. Okay, action. Okay, and action. Perfect. Okay, ready? And action. So for the last time, we're going to use the stabilizer here. We're using the Movi Pro, but you could use a Ronin or any stabilizer you have access to, or even a glide cam or Steadicam. This is going to create more of a dreamlike, smooth, perfect feel. So we'll see how it stacks up to the rest of them. Action. And action. Okay, Zach, you ready? And action. Perfect. So we're all finished up shooting, and I hope this gave you a good idea about how different support systems and movements can generate different feelings within a scene. If this scene was a part of an actual film that we were using, we would have decided beforehand what's the feel and story of the scene, and then we would have chosen our shots and movements accordingly. So for this one, we just wanted to use an example how it can feel very different. Neither way is right or wrong, it just has to match our story that we're going for. So next time you're planning your scene, decide what the story is, what the feel is, and then you can get a good idea of, am I going to use a stabilizer, am I going to use a handheld and keep it steady, or even go shakier, or am I going to use a tripod? Neither option is right or wrong, it just has to match your story.